Just in, Nathan Cleary's secret baby with NRL WAG exposed. Shocking revelation. In the thunderous arena of rugby league, where heroes are forged in the fire of Friday nights and dreams collide under floodlights, what happens when a single shadow of doubt eclipses a lifetime of triumphs? Can the weight of one hidden wager unravel the unbreakable bond between coach and code? Picture the sun-baked fields of Queensland, where the heartbeat of the NRL pulses like the Maroons' war cry. Josh Hannay, a man whose veins course with the salt of the Pacific, had risen from the scrums of his youth to become a pillar of the Cowboys' coaching staff. His strategies were poetry in motion, defenses like iron walls, attacks that danced like storm waves. And Billy Slater, the immortal fullback turned Maroons maestro, embodied the spirit of the game. Fearless, unyielding, a living legend whose name alone could silence a stadium. It was an ordinary Tuesday in the off-season haze of 2025, the kind where players linger in training grounds, dreaming of the next Origin clash. Whispers had been building, faint at first, like distant thunder over the Great Barrier Reef. Reports surfaced of irregular bets placed on minor fixtures, nothing earth-shattering, but enough to prick the conscience of a league built on trust. Hannay, ever the tactician, found himself at the center of the storm, his private indiscretions laid bare in the cold light of investigation. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. As the NRL's integrity unit delved deeper, the air in Townsville grew thick with anticipation. Slater, with his sun-weathered eyes that had seen grand finals won and lost, was thrust into an impossible role, not just as a peer, but as the guardian of the game's soul. The decision loomed like a gathering squall, forcing a reckoning between loyalty and the unyielding code of conduct that binds every player, every coach, to the green and gold. Then came the turning point, that raw, unspoken fracture in the quiet corridors of the Queensland Rugby League headquarters. Imagine the room, polished wooden tables scarred from years of strategy sessions, the faint hum of air conditioning underscoring the gravity. Slater, his voice steady as a Billy bomb, delivered the verdict. "Josh," he said, the words hanging heavy, "this isn't about us. It's about the trust we've all sworn to protect." Hannay's face, etched with the lines of 1,000 sideline battles, crumpled not in defiance, but in quiet acknowledgement. A nod that spoke volumes of regret. Outside, the world held its breath. No roaring crowds this time, but the digital coliseum erupted. Fans in Cowboys jerseys, hearts loyal as the North Queensland sun, flooded forums with pleas and protests. "He's one of us," one supporter typed, fingers flying across a screen in a dimly lit pub. "A bloke who bled for this club. Give him grace." Yet others, guardians of the game's purity, nodded solemnly, their silence a thunderclap of disappointment. The emotional climax unfolded not in fury, but in the profound hush that followed. Hannay stepped forward, microphone in hand, his press conference a confessional under the relentless tropic sun. "I let you down," he admitted, voice cracking like a forward's tackle line breaking. The room, journalists, colleagues, ghosts of past glories, leaned in, witnessing a man stripped bare, his armor of expertise yielding to vulnerability. Slater watched from the wings, his own legacy a bittersweet shield, knowing this severance was the only path to healing. In the aftermath, the news rippled outward like a stone skipped across Moreton Bay. Social media ignited. Hashtags like #Hannay heartbreak and NRL integrity trended from Brisbane to Sydney, amassing millions of views in hours. Clips of Hannay's boyhood highlights, that miraculous try-saving dive in 2005, intercut with scandal headlines, creating a montage of fall from grace that tugged at the collective heartstrings of a nation. Newsrooms buzzed with the fervor of a state of origin decider. Pundits on Fox Sports dissected the bets. Modest stakes on reserve-grade matches, born perhaps from the isolation of coaching pressures, the lure of a quick thrill in an off-field void. Yet beneath the headlines lay deeper strata, echoes of past NRL tempests, from salary cap breaches to doping whispers, reminding us that even titans tread fragile ground. Fan reactions painted a mosaic of humanity. In the dusty pubs of regional Queensland, elders raised glasses not in toast, but in somber reflection, sharing tales of their own youthful lapses. Younger voices on TikTok crafted tribute edits, set to swelling orchestral scores, blending Hannay's coaching masterstrokes with pleas for redemption. It was a scandal, yes, but one that humanized the heroes we idolize, turning tabloid fodder into a mirror for our own frailties. Culturally, this bombshell resonated like a didgeridoo call across the outback. Rugby league isn't mere sport in Australia. It's heritage, a ritual of mateship forged in the collieries and cane fields. Slater's hand in the sacking, delivered with the weight of his 31 Origin games, underscored a lineage of leaders who prioritized the collective over the individual, a thread woven from Clive Churchill to Alan Langer. As the dust settled, we turned inward to the quiet revelations this moment unearths about our shared humanity. In the relentless grind of professional sport, where every decision is magnified under stadium spotlights, what does it mean to falter? Hannay's story whispers that even the steadiest hands can tremble, that temptation is not the enemy of character, but the forge in which it is tested. Sportsmanship, that noble art of rising above the scrum, demands more than victory. It craves integrity as its cornerstone. Here, in this sacking, we see the cost of its breach, not just a job lost, but a web of trust frayed, threads pulled from the tapestry of team and tribe. Yet in Slater's resolve, we glimpse its quiet power, a reminder that true leadership weeps for the fallen while standing firm. Reflect on the pressures that simmer beneath the glamour, the endless nights poring over playbooks, the isolation of command, the siren song of escape in a world that never sleeps. Hannay, a father and mentor off the field, embodies the universal struggle, the pull between ambition's edge and the moral compass that guides us home. This isn't judgment, it's empathy, a call to hold space for growth amid the wreckage. Legacy in sport is not etched in trophies alone, but in the echoes of choices that ripple through generations. What will Hannay's chapter say? Not of scandal's sting, but of resilience's quiet roar, the man who faced the gale and emerged, perhaps scarred, but wiser. In him, we see our own potential for renewal, proving that falls, however public, need not define the climb. And in Slater's shadow, we find the unsung valor of the decider. To sack a brother in arms requires a heart armored in principle, eyes averted from sentiment's pull. It's a reflection on values, the unyielding belief that the game's sole fair play, unblemished, outlives any single soul's misstep, a heritage passed like a rugby ball from hand to calloused hand. From the ashes of this moment rises a deeper truth. Humanity thrives not in perfection, but in the courageous admission of imperfection. Sports, at its core, mirrors life's grand theater, triumphs laced with trials, where the roar of the crowd fades, leaving only the whisper of conscience. Hannay's journey invites us to ponder. How do we measure a man's worth when the whistle blows on his secrets? In the reflective hush that follows such storms, we confront the beauty of vulnerability. It's in these fractures that light seeps through, illuminating paths to forgiveness, not blind absolution, but earned through accountability. For coaches like Hannay, whose legacies are built on nurturing others, this scandal becomes a parable of humility,